Formerly at the Equal Opportunity Commission.
Yes, we have offices throughout Trinidad and Tobago. We actually have an office that was opened 1 year ago in Shogunas on Eleanor Street, across the street from Extra Foods, behind RBC's car park. Legal Aid provides legal advice and legal representation to persons. Legal advice is available to all persons, so it's not to say no one can, it's certain people within a certain income bracket can get advice. Everyone is entitled to legal advice at the Legal Advisory Authority. At that point, if it is you have a matter in court, if it's a high court matter and it's non-criminal, so it's civil, we do an assessment to see if you qualify for us to provide an attorney for you. We represent you in court and we pay the fees for that attorney. If it's a criminal matter, all persons can apply for legal aid and the courts will approve that application in their discretion and we provide that attorney. So it's in all courts of law in Trinidad and Tobago. If it's in Rio Claro, Cuba, Point Fortin, the High Court, Court of Appeal, we provide aid. There's a very important service that we also provide, which is duty counsel. So you would hear there are children being detained in police stations. We now have a children's court. If a child you know is detained, we have a 24-hour hotline. It's a call center. So the police, the TTPS in Trinidad and Tobago, by law, they are required to call our hotline to indicate to legal aid that they have a suspect who's a minor that's detained in a place of detention, if it's a police station. And we would dispatch an attorney to that station to be there with the child. If an ID parade has to be done or a statement has to be taken, we provide that legal service, and then the attorney also makes the first court appearance with the child. That service, in terms of if a person is detained in the station, we also provide it for adults in capital matters. So if someone is detained as a suspect in a murder case, we also dispatch attorneys at the station. So please feel free to visit us at any of our offices. We have in Arima, Cuba, Shogunas, Tobago, right? Visit us and we will be happy to help all of our offices, at all of our offices. Thank you.
Yay.
Right, thank you very much. You may have noticed some cutouts next to the barrel here and the light stanchion. Just in case you're wondering what it is.
Silhouettes.
Right, it's silhouettes. That's the correct thing.
Yep.
Right, so if you know of anyone who may have been victim of domestic violence, and you want to know remember that person. So we have next we have the Office of the Prime Minister, Gender and Child Affairs. We have a representative who's right here. Please give her attention.
Yes, sorry. Good afternoon again, everyone. So I'm representing the Office of the Prime Minister today. And of course, under the Office of the Prime Minister, we have the Gender and Child Affairs Division and the National AIDS Coordinating Committee. So of course, today we are very much happy to be here with you all as we celebrate International Women's Day. And I want to wish the women here today Happy International Women's Day in lieu of Sunday, March the 8th. So at the right of me, we actually have our section. So we're right there, and I wanted that you all know, right on the side here, we of course, we have information with regards to gender, child, and HIV. So we have with us different services that we offer, and not three services, but initiatives that we offer at the Office of the Prime Minister. One, of course, being the 800 SAVE, which is the domestic violence hotline, and this is a toll-free hotline that operates 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, So we want to just invite persons, if you know anyone that is undergoing certain things, they need counseling, these sorts of things, the hotline is there for you all to use and for, spread the information so the persons can access these hotlines and of course get referrals as well if they need extra support. And of course I just want to make an announcement in terms of International Women's Day celebration. We will be having some community outreaches. Of course, if you go to different areas, many of the faces that you see here, you'll see at different places around Trinidad and Tobago, and I want to congratulate and just say that we really appreciate the assistance all the NGOs and all the different ministries have been doing to support us in the fight against gender-based violence. And as I was saying, we have community outreaches coming up, and we're partnering with ICANN to do some community outreaches. It's with a play that focuses on domestic violence. It's called Shades of Aishi. And we also have some male programs, including the Speak Initiative, the Barbershop Initiative, and of course the Fruits for Men preparation program. And we're trying to basically not just focus on the ill speaking of men. We always tend to, as they say, bash men, but we also have to focus on them and give them a space to be able to discuss different issues, including mental matters, and basically be able to just say what they need to say and give them a fair word. So thank you all very much for listening. I want to also say that we have moved from the waterfront to the 1315 St. Clair Avenue, Port of Spain, and you can feel free to check us out on social media at Gender and Child Affairs TT. All right. Oh, and the number is 622-1625. I'm so sorry. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. So as you can hear, there are so many avenues and so many entities that are set up to address the issue of women and children abuse. The next entity represented this afternoon is the CEDAW Committee of Trinidad and Tobago, and they will explain to you what CEDAW means and what the good work that they do.
Good afternoon, can you hear me? Yes. My name is Terry Inns. I am with the CEDAW Committee of Trinidad and Tobago. So what is CEDAW? CEDAW is the Convention for the Elimination of All Forms of Discrimination Against Women. And it is a treaty that was signed by Trinidad and Tobago and ratified in 1990. And what that means is that this committee has mandates, specific mandates as to women and issues for women and children that our government is obligated to implement in this country in an effective way. So what we do as a watchdog organization is to make sure that these mandates are implemented in a national context. And what is the types of things we're talking about is women in education, women in their sexual reproductive health and rights, women in housing, women in working in public life, women in rural communities, women, domestic violence, the discrimination of women, equal pay for equal work. So all of the issues that touches us on a daily basis are the things that we work toward. We attempt to implement or to influence policy. We collaborate with all entities, all stakeholders.
Yes.
And including all of the other, I think you can hear me now, yes, including all of the other ministries. So we are very pleased to be here. We want to extend a happy International Women's Day to all of you, both women and men who are here with us this evening. We want to also invite you to join us at the Queen's Park Savannah tomorrow. We have a rally that we are collaborating with the Institute for Gender Development Studies at the University of West Indies and many other NGOs and other organizations. It begins at 2 p.m. and it ends at 5. We invite you to come out and join us, to rally with us. We also have at the booth or table right here. Stop by and visit. I can explain or discuss. We're happy to engage with you, and we also extend the opportunity for you to join us. Thank you very much.
All right, so come out in your large numbers tomorrow. Okay, we also have a representative from the National Family Services of the Ministry of Social Development. Here she is.
Hey, good afternoon, everyone. I am Anyola Cox Olubade, and I am one of attached to the National Family Services Division. All right, and our main role and responsibility is to provide counseling, and persons would either come in on their own or would be referred from a family member or from an NGO or even the courts. So normally what happens, especially in dealing with issues with women, all right, we address a lot of relationship issues, even in terms of separation. We do co-parenting counseling, because you know normally that's not an easy thing to deal with. All right, so at the division, our main role, as I said, is really counseling, and if there's need for any additional services, we network and we partner, be it police, be it Ministry of Health. So this is our main role and responsibility at National Family Services. Today we have our little section there under the booth, under the tent, where you can meet with us if you want any further information. Persons already coming in and giving their names and their contact numbers to be contacted for counseling. And it's not just for yourself or for your neighbor. All right, and today the team is being our sister's keeper. All right, so it's really, really important that we be our sister's keeper. All right, and to all the women, all the mothers, aunties, happy International Women's Day. Thank you.
Right, thank you very much. So we have more speakers coming on to share useful information, but today's event would not have been possible without the contribution and support of many of our sponsors. So first of all, First Citizens Bank. For the last 8.5 years, First Citizens has assisted many homes for battered women and children, including the Rape Crisis Society and the Coalition Against Domestic Violence, to give them an opportunity for a better way of life. Give yourself the gift of goodwill with a First Citizens Purple Card. You can benefit from First Citizens Purple Card, low annual fees, cashback rewards, and a credit line start of $3,000. Today's event is also supported by the Chaguanas Borough Corporation. The Borough of Chaguanas is, for those of you all who may not know, the Borough of Chaguanas is named after the indigenous tribe who originally settled here. It is the largest borough and fastest growing town in Trinidad and Tobago. Feel free to visit the corporation's website to download forms on complaints, apply for food badges, and to know the corporation's laws. Her Worship, the Mayor of Chaguanas, Vandana Mohit, we expect her in 5 minutes. All right, good. So very timely in my thing. Right, we also have support from the Chaguanas Chamber of Industry and Commerce. The CCIC is a community-based organization focused on helping to make the world around us a better and happier place. With the help of tireless staff, the Chamber organizes fundraisers, community building events, and conducts in-depth training sessions for their volunteers. Like them on Facebook, and they can be conducted on 671-2242. Also, I must make a plug for Rotary International and the Rotary Club of Chaguanas, who was invited, and we're very happy to be part of this auspicious event. We are a Chaguanas-based club, a voluntary service club. We have affiliations all over the globe, and we could not pass up on the opportunity to participate in this event because it aligns well with one of the 6 areas of focus, which is conflict resolution and peace. So just a little bit of, this is information I was shared with me. Do you all know that every year there are over 8,000 persons who apply for protection orders from the court? That's a tremendous amount of applications that they receive. And it gives you a little insight as to how bad our situation is as it relates to domestic violence. And what's domestic violence? Well, I'll just read a short list here. It's not exhaustive by all means, but domestic violence includes murder, offensive phone calls, yes, that's considered domestic violence. Sexual abuse, verbal abuse, right? When you talk in an ill way towards women and children, That's verbal abuse, wounding. In fact, most of the cases that apply for protection orders are due to issues relating to wounding. Assault by beating, emotional and psychological abuse, malicious damage, child abuse and abandonment, threats, and breach of protection order. So just keep these few words in mind. If you hear it or if you see it, please report it. There are many organizations that are represented here this afternoon that provides an avenue where you can report domestic violence. This is your duty to be our sister's keeper. So please, whatever you see, whatever you hear that can be interpreted as domestic violence, please take the responsibility to report it. So at this time, I think we're going to hand over back to the band.
Or the DJ?
Yeah, I think we're going to be going over back to the band.
No, the DJ.
Yes? For some entertainment.
Or the DJ, probably.